What's up YouTube? Biz Matthew here once again with another video, and in today's video I'm going to talk about how to get your first deal in wholesaling real estate. Now before we go on, be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video and comment down below. I'm trying to grow this channel together, bringing value to you all as much as I can. Now, how do you get your first deal? Now, the number one tip I would say is just to be consistent. Everything starts in your mind. When you sign up for this, you have to make up in your mind that you're not going to give up until you get your deal. You have to visualize the trials and your frustrations and your wanting to give up months in advance, right? So when you take upon a new venture, any business, actually visualize yourself wanting to quit and say, no, when that point comes, I am going to go past that and actually just fight through it and just stay consistent with getting my first deal, getting my first sale, or whatever it is. Now, that's number one. Be consistent and never give up. So number two is, I would say, is go back to basics. So what happened with me is when I first got my deal, it was just your basic direct mail postcard marketing campaign. When I first started this business, I went to text messaging first. I was trying to target like tax delinquents, trying to find these super niche lists. And at the end of the day, it didn't get me a deal. You know what I mean? And so I noticed when I went back to basics, when I just said, okay, how did people start doing this in the first place? That's when everything changed for me. So I would say just go back to basics. In your market, according to your market, maybe direct mail may not be as good, or look for a town right next to your main city. Don't try to go for the largest city in your town where you're at, because there's more competition. So direct mail, and just stay consistent. And when you're sending out direct mail, it has to be a weekly basis thing. It can't be monthly, it can't be bi-weekly. I think a lot of people have that wrong. They get like a list from Listsource and they just do it one mailing and that's it. No, it has to be consistent. Not even every month. These days, people want to see that you're very serious about buying their house. And when they see your postcard, your yellow letter every single week, they know you're serious. And so what I did, I had a campaign. I said, I'm going to go 7 weeks straight. It was costing me like $350 per mailing. And I said, I'm going to go 7 weeks. And probably around the fourth mailing, that's when I got my call for my first deal and was able to close on that. But I could still continue with that campaign even now. And so be consistent, stick to one marketing channel, or go back to basics. Don't try to be fancy with it. You hear all these different gurus, these different channels. Always go back to the source of finding deals. And then just hitting back on the other point I was making about trying to be fancy with different things. I think a lot of times people, they want to be so different, right? When in reality they're trying to reinvent well. I'm not about that business. I find what's working and I copy it. And so just copy that. And then another thing to reiterate is about finding a city close to yours, but not as big. For example, I live in Chattanooga, but I still do marketing here, but I go around the surrounding areas. There's this town called Ringgold, Georgia, which is smaller and it's not as much competition here. There. There's also Dalton, Georgia. There's Tennessee areas like Cleveland, Tennessee. There's Ottawa area, but Ottawa is pretty competitive. And so those are some of the main tips I would give you all to get your first deal. Number one is you have to have the mindset that you're not going to give up, that you're going to get your first sale. You have to be serious. Number two, you have to stay consistent with your marketing. Number three, go back to basics. Do direct mail. Find a list that everyone is using. It's okay. And then number four is Don't try to reinvent the wheel with different marketing campaigns, and also try to find cities surrounding your larger city. You know, if your city's already kind of smaller, good, go for it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, comment down below and like this video. And as you see, I'm posting way more often. I'm gonna try to post 3 times a week, Sunday, Tuesdays, and Fridays. If you all enjoyed this, please subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel as much as I can. All right, talk to you all later. Bye.